Hey, what is going on there YouTube? This is the Gaming Guy, and today I'm going to be going over the drop list for week 10. Now probably as you can hear, I do not sound amazing, and that is because I'm ill at the moment, so yeah, if there's no unboxing video tomorrow, then will probably be out during the weekend or on Friday or something like that, just because of this, because yeah, I'm not doing great. So without further ado, let's just get into this drop list. I didn't want to not upload a video about the drop list because I woke up at like 3:30 in the morning and I went on Twitter and I was just like, I had a feeling that the drop list was out, and it was out at like 3:30. So I saw the drop list at that point when Jay had tweeted out, probably like 4 minutes before I like checked. So yeah, I looked at it and I thought I might as well just do a video on it now or when I wake up properly. So let's get into it. Okay, so obviously I am not feeling great by any standard, and by looking at this week it is not the greatest by any standard either. So let's just get straight into this week, go through each of the items. There is a theme for this week, which is going to be The Killer, which is a Hong Kong, I believe it is, film that came out. I think they released it in 1989, but an actual release was in 1993, so yeah, I haven't watched the film. I'm not going to go into any crazy details about it, but that's all I know about it, so yeah. Let's get into the items for this week. So the most hyped item so far is actually a sleeve logo sideline parka. It's available in 3 different colorways, and yeah, the likes to dislikes on items this week are probably the worst that I've seen by like a long distance, because this is the best item and it's got nearly 3,000 dislikes. So it's available in 3 different colorways, being like a teal or like dark teal sort of colorway, a red, then black. I like the sort of red colorway, but this is definitely not my sort of piece. Yeah, so I'll just leave that where it is. Yeah, it's definitely not a piece that I would be going for personally, but I'm sure it has an appeal out there. It's also water resistant, so obviously with it being water resistant, it's like the Gore-Tex court jacket, I believe. So yeah, it's water resistant. Moving on to the second piece, we have the Pocket Pro Stopwatch. This is actually getting a re-release because they must have sorted out the issues with it. It dropped week 1. It did not drop online week 1. It dropped in store, which made its price sort of rocket up, just because of the fact that it was not getting an actual release, and now it's getting an actual release. So they must have sorted out the issues that were wrong with it. But saying that, it is £236. So if you like to pick it up, you can. But I'm sure the people who held on to theirs that they got in store probably going to be disappointed, because this will kill the price. The next item is a leather ID holder and wallet. Now I saw that people put that the price of this was about £120 or £130. If that's true, that's very expensive. It does look nice for a holder slash wallet, you know, it's 2 in 1. It does look like a nice piece, especially in the camo colorway, or even just the red or black colorway. It looks quite nice. However, if its price is that high, that's just a lot to pay for it, and yeah, I think I'll be skipping that if its price is at that sort of level. Moving on to the next item, we have a Dragon Rain shirt. I don't know whether or not this is to match the... It was either week 4 or week 5 Dragon piece that was released, or whether it's just like a separate sort of entity by itself, if you know what I mean. Whether it's meant to match or whether it's just a separate design. But yeah, this has been released and it's like 1,000 dislikes apart from its likes to dislikes. There is nothing sort of over the top or crazy about this piece apart from the dragons just being flipped onto either side. If it has something on the back, that might make it a bit more appealing to people, but personally it's not my sort of piece. Moving on to the next piece, we have one of the champion pieces. We have a couple of champion pieces actually dropping this week. This piece is the champion 3D metallic Crewneck. So obviously, as it says, the champion logo is sort of put an angle and it's got a 3D sort of textured look to it. It is embroidered, the graphic is embroidered, as well as this, it's got the sort of like the inside tag on the front, which they're doing with sort of all of the pieces, as well as on the sleeve it's got a little champion logo embroidered too. So yeah, overall this is just a very embroidered piece. I would expect this piece to actually sell out, to be honest. I don't know whether it'd go in all of the colorways. I do like that magenta colorway at the back as well as the olive, but I think the heather grey looks extremely nice for that. Heather grey is always a nice color in most pieces, and I think it'll possibly sell out, but To be honest, this is not the strongest week, and I think a majority of people are going to be sleeping on this. As always, comment down below if you're going to be skipping this week or sleeping on it, because I think quite a couple of people are. The next piece is the Killer Trust tee. On the front, it is going to have a piece of imagery from the film The Killer, and on the back it says, "In our profession, you shouldn't trust anyone," and in big red sort of bold letters it says The Killer. Now personally, I do like this tee, just because the fact that even though I don't know about the film, I'm not going to act like I do. I just like things that, with films that relate to sort of the film themselves, and having something like that does look nice. Following that, we have the Killer M65, which is a military spec NYCO fabric. It says basically like a military sort of jacket. It's going to be available in 2 colorways, being this like military olive or green color and black. On the back it has another image or snapshot from the Killer, and it's got a small piece of text which I can't read, but if anyone can read that, please do point it out and say what it says. But the graphic on the back is printed. Currently it has doubled the dislikes to likes. I'm not a huge fan of the piece. I can see why people aren't really liking it too much. Yeah, whenever pieces like this are released which have things like graphics from films or things on the back, the support isn't really there, and I don't know whether it would sell out because it doesn't seem like a piece that people are liking too much. From here on out, most of the items have a massive amount of dislikes in comparison to likes until we go on to like the final 4 items. So next up is a striped rib logo long sleeve top. I don't really have much to say about this. It's available in 4 colorways. I mean, it's a long sleeve top. It's got an S logo in the center. Yeah, I don't have a massive opinion on this. It's not a piece that stands out or is like, you know, I want that sort of thing. For me personally, it does not have that appeal. So let's move on to the next piece, which is a fleece pull cord camp cap. Currently has more likes than dislikes, so that's a good thing. But again, I'm not a massive fan of most of the camp caps. There are a couple that I'm looking out for when they do drop, but this is not one of them for me personally. To move on with the Killer sort of collaboration, we have a Killer hooded sweatshirt with the same piece as what was on the back of the M65. This is going to be on the front of a hoodie, which I think looks a lot better than it did on the M65. Following that, we have a Thorne trucker jacket. It's literally just thorns all over a trucker jacket. Nothing crazy, so I'm just going to go ahead onto the next piece, which isn't amazing either. If it was missing one of the pieces, I think it would probably sell out, but in this case it's not. It's the leopard panel half zip sweatshirt. If it didn't have the leopard part, I think this would actually go down quite well, but currently it's got double the dislikes to likes. And yeah, I like the classic Supreme logo on it, but in general it is not an amazing piece. To move on with the other Champion piece, we have the Champion beanie with the 3D metallic logo on it. It looks embroidered again. There aren't any details on it, so we'll probably find out tomorrow or on drop day probably, but it's not really my sort of favorite piece. I don't think the metallic works as well on a beanie as it did on the other piece, so I think they could have done something a bit different with this, but they do what they do. They need to use their designs at the end of the day. So next up we have the HQ short sleeve top, or striped short sleeve top. I literally can't see what is even on that, and as of that, I'm just going to skip ahead because it, again, is not too appealing. We then have a classic striped beanie. This actually stands out personally for me. In the red and white colorway, that stands out for me, just because that gives me a Christmas looking vibe. The other 3 colorways are quite vibrant as well, except for the black and red, which just stands out like the white and red. But I think the other 2 vibrant colorways are okay. It's not anything over the top or special that people will probably be like flying to get, you know. Next up we have a striped 6 panel. It's not being liked in any way, so yeah, it's not my sort of piece either. I like the white and red colorway, however, like just in that case, but it's just not my sort of piece. We have 2 items that are to be announced and that are unseen, followed by another piece and then another to be announced. First we have a box logo sticker that should be released this week, and then we have an unseen Killer long sleeve tee. We then have the Thorne 5 pocket jean. Yeah, it's just not great. It matches the trucker jacket and it's just not amazing. Lastly, we have the Killer skateboard, which we'll have to wait and see. If there are any details, I will put them down below. Probably when this video goes out, all of the details will be out, but that always happens with me. So that's going to cover the video. If you enjoyed, like, be much appreciated. Other than that, comment down below what you're going to be going for. I don't really know, to be honest, what I'd be going for from this week. I might just pick up a beanie and leave it as a easy week, but I might wait until later just to see if there are any more details on some of the items, and I might be going for one of them. But yeah, the unboxing will probably not be out tomorrow, just because of the fact that this recording has taken me 34 minutes, and it's normally about a 9, 10, 11, 12 minute video, so yeah, I'm not really with it for this, but I'm going to try my best to get it out and make it seem as fluent as sort of possible. As always, comment down below what you're going to be going for. Thank you for the support on the Crep City video, and we're really close to 6,000 subscribers. I will probably be doing the update, hopefully between now and Christmas, of a new channel banner, and probably changing my name to the Supreme Guy or the Supreme Guy 365, one of those two, because I do understand when people say, like, you can reach out to sort of like a wider audience with a different name, so I do understand that, and I do appreciate the people who give me those sorts of opinions. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you probably on Thursday for the live cop, because I don't think I'm going to be able to record another video today. Yeah, I'm just not going to be able to do it, so yeah. I'll see you on Thursday for a live cop. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then. Peace.